Alright, hello everyone, let's get Garfield out of here, and let's get started. Hope you're all having a great day, night, whatever time it is for you. My name is Ben, and today we'll be checking out some honkaistarrail, doing the 3.5, as I've written. Now, I was just thinking about, there's this little interaction you can get right over here. Collect your thoughts. You can do that at the end of every patch, or, you know, after the story. I was kind of thinking about it. I'm like, I've maybe done it once. Like, I maybe did it at the very beginning of Amphorius, but I haven't since. So, my two options I'm feeling are, I'll wait until the end of Amphorius, and then I'll do it, and see if we can go through all of the dialogue in-game. If we can't, then I'll look up a compilation or watch them individually with you guys and cry, because I am sure that even if we get a happy ending, there'll still be plenty of tears along that road. But without further ado, let's hop on in. Check out this lore, and I will definitely not mute myself tonight, because I did that by accident yesterday, and had to spend a bunch of time fixing that mistake. And even then, it was an imperfect fix, but hopefully it can provide some entertainment to you guys. Let's check it out. After witnessing Amphorius' adventure, insert the one nameless recollection you obtained. Hi buddy, what you doing, cat? Yeah, Rio? You're readjusting, of course. Yeah, so we have a lot to go through. What's over here? Oh, we have some new stuff here as well. About the scepter, of course. Emperor's scepter. Scepter, I'm forgetting which Greek symbol that is. Me 13. 13, you say? As in 13 flame chasers? As in we're getting Cyrene in 3.6, the 13th? An astral computer. The simulated world of Amphorius runs on this device in continuous cycles. Unlike other scepters, it is the earliest prototype and once served as a celestial body neuron for Nous, the erudition, later discarded. Glimpsed by the destruction during its endless computation, it transcended and became a Lord Ravager. The reveal about Lycus in the story was absolutely insane. I won't say it here if they don't, but yeah, crazy. Crazy into the lore with that one. Yeah, now I'm also going to be paranoid after that muting incident to look over and check my mic audio and be like, yeah, it's actually working. Yippee! Because I could have sworn during that stream, during the time I was muted, I was looking over and checking that. But I guess it just, at some point, well, I should say during that stream, it was probably just because of a horrific mental state due to me not eating enough that day. I very much had trouble concentrating, and yeah, just lightheaded for like the majority of the stream, so that's probably why I didn't notice it earlier. Because if I noticed it after like maybe 5 minutes, I would have been like, that's annoying, okay, come on, okay, continue on, and it would have been no big deal, like, whatever. But a whole hour, I was just like, fuck me. I'm so dumb. But again, I'm glad I at least took the time to do it, and I'm treating it as a learning experience, and very much so. There's a little button here that says mute. Do not touch it unless I absolutely need to, and when I do, fucking better make sure I do that again, or I'll slap myself silly. Mentally, of course. Lygus. Well, I was just talking about the reveal being pretty crazy and not wanting to spoil it in case anyone hadn't played through. Well, they're putting it here. So, assuming the mantle of Theoros, his real name is Xandar I Kuwabara, administrator and prime mover of the Amphorius experiment. walks the path of erudition, yet seeks to forge destruction. Historical data detected. Syncing. Sync complete. Society ID recognized. Scepter system access granted. Welcome. Enteleki. So yeah, that was an absolutely insane reveal, and more on the nature of Lygus, his motivations, why he wants to destroy News. It's like, it actually makes a lot of sense, especially when you play unknowable/noble domain and see Polka in that, along with Herda making some realizations and trying to break that sphere of knowledge, right? That circle of knowledge. Ultimate protocol. Law, of course, and CERYDRA did something. She changed one rule, but we don't know which rule or how she changed it. Autonomous protocol, whereby experiment processes, administrator commands, and external access are all restricted. To increase the iteration rate, factors have been granted permission from the internal embedded protocol. The decision logic of specific electrical signals will be converted into protocol content to assist the scepter in optimizing the experiment structure. Annotation: in the 113th cycle. 19,522,113th cycle to achieve dominance. Now Mao 320 utilized the protocol to eliminate other factors from extrapolation. This behavior aligned with the tendency of destruction should be marked as the default value for embedded behavior to be applied in subsequent cycles. Yeah, until we got, to the eternal recurrence. And then, yeah, not so good for you, was it, Lygus? Caused a bunch of trouble. Phynon and Cyrene did. Castellana. Getting an update. Nakos 496. Track Worldbearer Primum Mobile. Hatred. Note: intracognition is null. Responds only to destructive stimuli. Its hatred drew the gaze of Nanook upon its individual being, proving it as having already become the most perfect factor of destruction. However, it refused to complete the Aranova. Through resetting the experiment, it transferred its memories and core flames to its next self, thus creating the eternal recurrence to ensure Iron Doom would never hatch from Amphorius. At the end of the 33,550,336th recursive loop, it attempted to destroy itself through destruction to create a logical vulnerability in the world-bearing track. It has now been merged by Iron Tomb. Due to an impact on the Scepter's core layer, the Black Tide phenomenon in the simulated world has greatly receded. Yeah, so I think we had everything up until this new line here, which is talking about, yeah, he's holding the Black Tide pack, even now. And that's telling us, if Iron Tomb continues to merge the Chrysos heirs, they can continue to weaken Iron Tomb from within. Philia 093. Time. Primum Mobile. Cyrene, yeah. Philia. Once briefly appeared in the Forgotten Years. Current whereabouts are unknown. Yeah, because before it was just completely no idea where. Now, briefly appeared. And that's probably the 1,000 years we just went through, right? Forgotten Years. It's the last cycle. Hubris 504. Law. So this would be CERYDRA. Track Law. Prima Mobile Dominance. Note: performs continuous calculations for a single purpose. Its decisions are strongly guided by externalities. This electrical signal possesses high stability and can execute decisions in an efficient manner. Its behavioral pattern aligns with the establishment, expansion, destabilization, and collapse of principles of order, and applies to the vast majority of intelligent civilizations. So she's being made to, destroy Enna, right, is order? I'm forgetting. Absolutely correct me if I'm wrong. Aporia 432. HYSILENS. Track. Ocean. Prima mobile. Self-negation. I don't like that. Note. Internal world missing. Avoidance and effective decision making. The preset ecological environment has successfully influenced the computational logic of this electrical signal, aligning with the model where life chooses self-destruction to avoid nihility. In most dead loop processes, its behavioral pattern is highly coupled with other electrical signals. Yeah. Tying herself to CERYDRA. Pulmos 600. Track strife. Prima mobile restraint. Note. Preset. External environment and its internal world are always in opposition. An electrical signal generated from conflict behavior. It gradually becomes a constraining subject within the cycle. This contradiction bears a strong resemblance to the hunt. It is likewise destined for self-annihilation, influenced by data abandoned by Epea Kaya 216. Epea Kaya 216. There's a certain probability it will self-restart after computation terminates. Well, that's interesting. Self-restart. Also talking about the hunt. Yeah, when the hunt eventually kills abundance and all this other stuff, what is left to hunt but itself? Kalos 618. Track. Romance. Prima mobile. Temperance. Note. Highly self-repressed, with external demands as the sole priority solution. A mutated electrical signal. Its decision logic is anchored by highly altruistic behavior. In this process, its survival priority gradually decreases, transforming into self-sacrifice that aligns with the beauty. It also possesses a strong affinity for other electrical signals. Self-sacrifice. Did get that vibe from the beauty, from the night of beauty we've met along the way. Super cool though to keep getting these data logs about everyone. My day. Aglaya. And Forgotten Years, yes. So this is our most recent cycle between Lygus and CERYDRA, that clash. Records are completely missing from the Scepter's logs, presenting as blank spaces in Amphorius' history, never turning readable. These anomalies recur sporadically and randomly across recurrences and show signs of increase. Invading variable, March 7th, Philia 093. Ever night. Admin note, the exact cause remains unknown. Yep, going by all of those names right now. Those three, their relationship. And of course, we just got an extremely interesting Myriad Celestia, which teased that March might have been born from the remembrances from Foolie's death. Which, again, absolutely insane that we got lore like that dropped on us right before 3.6. That makes me extremely excited. Yeah. Romance. Beauty. Argenti. I hope we see our boy again. Intrusion variables all updated for us. And, ooh, that's probably Evernight then. And Evernight. Okay, Trailblazer. Interfered with the experiment. Yes, we did indeed. A nameless from the Astral Express, an external variable that accidentally entered the recursive loop, also Pathstrider of Destruction. They resonate with the 12 factors. In the 33,550,336 recursive cycle, this entity assumed the vacant time track and successfully guided Nako's 496 beyond the intelligence singularity. In the 33,550,337th recursive cycle, this entity assumed the vacant world-bearing track, executing override command granted access to Trailblazer. I'll be waiting for you in the past. Thanks, Cyrene. March 7th and blank, again probably overnight. An external variable that accidentally entered the recursive loop. Time Titan. In the 33,550,337th recursive cycle, assume the vacant track. Oh boy, Evernight, what are you up to? What is your version of a happy ending? To continue trailblazing, and does that mean the destruction of Emphorius for you? Guess we'll see. Don Hung, a nameless from the Astral Express, a scion of permanence, an external variable that accidentally entered the recursive loop. Directive, pinpoint his location. Failed to locate his coordinates. Conclusion, subject has exited Emphorius. Negative, target detected. Signal source unknown. Conclusion, error. So last time we had been at that line. And it was like, did he though? Did he for real? I don't know. Let's see. Herta and Screwlum. Genius Society members, ID Herta A. ID Screw. Hi. Okay. That's funny. Genius Society members, ID Herta. ID Screw. Which that also is interesting how they did that capitalization. Like A versus W. High risk external variables. And being limited to 5 characters. Warning, abnormal instruction detected. Content, roll back. Extrapolation progress. Based on the ultimate protocol, the abnormal instruction has rejected. Instruction, mark Herta and Screw as malicious visitors. Note, just you wait.
Just you wait. I, Herta, will definitely return and retire both you and this cold, heartless metalhead.
Protocol updated. Visitor instructions authorized. Calculation logic updated. After error nova, extrapolation progress will be rolled back to 96.75%. Hey, Herta and Scroom did succeed, taking it back from 99%. Observational record of electronic signals, hostile behaviors. Ooh boy. Temporary log of external variables interfere with the experiment. Yeah, this is all new. Observational record of electronic signals, hostile behaviors. Due to the self-destruction of Nakos 496, a vulnerability appeared in the world bearing logic. The 33,550,337th recursive loop, assumed by variable Trailblazer. A system assessment indicates that allowing Trailblazer to act unchecked will, with a high probability, cause the system's iteration process to stagnate or even regress. There's also a certain probability that it could lead to the scepter's extrapolative propositions becoming self-contradictory. To ensure the normal operation of the experiment, the administrator intervened in the calculation with ID Lycos S. After expelling the variable Trailblazer and destroying the civilization, several electrical signals displayed hostility towards Lycos and launched a series of attacks, resulting in the loss of contact with the administrator. Indeed. So what is going on? Lycos is getting fucked up in there. Hubris 504. In Light Calendar 3960, CERYDRA fused with the Ultimate Protocol and submitted an internal command, marking ID Lycos as a malicious visitor and freezing approximately 60% of special permissions for ID Lycos. According to the Administrator Security Protocol, Lycos' self-defense permissions were retained, and the remaining frozen permissions were gradually restored. So is that the rule? Yeah, that's the rule she changed. She's like, Lycos is not your friend. Lycos is not indeed. Cool, man. Subsequently, CERYDRA rewrote the Ultimate Protocol to temporarily grant access permissions to Herta and Screw at the cost of ceasing to respond itself. Got it. So, she fused. So, yeah, that's back when she got the core flame. And then she's like, ooh, I'll use it to say fuck you, Lygus. And then that's why he's having to go in contact and stir up trouble with other city-states and all this other shit, is because he doesn't have his full powers anymore. His full commands within the network, within the scepter. And then that's what we saw at the end of 3.5, is down here. This is the rule she rewrote to grant access to Herta and Scroolum. And then that's why they were able to regress and continue working on Amphorius. That's cool though. That's really cool. They have the answer to the law she rewrote here. And I'm sure they'll also dive into that in the story as well. Because not everyone checks these out, of course. Scopio 365. Terravox did not engage in any hostile actions. This entity could not be located after light calendar year 3961. So not soon after, Terravox went missing. Dan, what were you doing, my boy? Kalos 618. In light calendar 4029. Agalaya engaged in direct conflict with the Lycos, but the attack proved futile. In the final stage of Agalaya's life, the weighting of survival within its decision-making process approached zero. Yeah, she's like, nope, go all in to the last. Epei Kea 216. Yeah, Castris. Castris launched multiple frontal attacks against Lycos. It attempted to use collision detection to make Lycos cease to respond, but to no avail. In light calendar 4123, Castris ascended to demigod. Its mobility permissions were removed and became fused with coordinate nether realm. Yep, to always be there. Hapilotes 405. Tribios submitted multiple internal commands to create new coordinate pathways, causing its multi-track calculations to gradually become paralyzed. In light calendar 4123, Tribios created a pathway connecting coordinate Styxia and coordinate vortex of Genesis, consuming massive computational power. Tribios completely stopped responding in light calendar 4295. Yeah, just hoping every single one of them, helping the deliverer, helping us on our journey. Polemos 600. My Deimos launched multiple frontal attacks against Lycos. This entity possessed incomplete restart permissions. Right, his death and rebirth. Not able to die correctly. In light calendar year 4284, Herta and Screw's access permissions expired. Simultaneously, Lycos' special permissions were restored to approximately 60%. Being pressured, my Deimos decided to sacrifice itself, uninstalling its cognitive module through a ceremony, copying its own data, and promoting its permissions to unconditional and infinite restart. Its future actions were permanently set to continuous neutralization of ID Lycos. Damn, man. So he basically, yeah, he gave up his mind. He was like, I will become a mindless beast just to stop you, just to keep going. In light calendar year 4479, Lycos' permissions was restored to clear low-spec data. After spending 20 years, Lycos forced my Deimos to cease responding. He held him back for so long, man. Like, not just almost 200 years, over 200 years with that extra 20. Oh. Hey, Cypher. Hey, Pardo. Orxis 945. In this loop, Cypher's instinct-based calculation logic has changed. Salvation weighed heavily in its decision-making. In light calendar 4534, Cyphera inserted a sourceless command, coordinate vortex of Genesis equal coordinate Akama. guiding ID Lycos to the battlefield. After the command took effect, Lycos forced CERYDRA to cease responding. Yeah, the great trick she pulled off alongside Anaxa. She just keeps doing that, man. These great lies. That's so cool. Her abilities are still just so insane, man. If everyone believes the lie, it becomes truth. Salvation. Yeah. I mean, she always wanted to. That's why she stayed away. Right? She was like, I can't be near Aglaya because she will suss out the truth about world bearing, about the, this light will always shine. Schema 720. No direct attacks from Anaxagoras were detected. It is suspected to have taken other actions. In Light Calendar 4534, Anaxagoras transmuted itself into a high-density data fusion entity, submitting multiple targeted commands via an internal hacking program, with some taking effect. Lygos's mobility permissions were removed. After directives took effect, Anaxagoras can no longer be located. Ooh. I mean, if it's similar to what had happened before, then he's technically gone, but not gone. At least here, missing. Aporia 432. Electra, HYSILENS, had launched multiple attacks against Lycos, but with minimal success. In Light Calendar 3960, Electra became a demigod. Its mobility permissions were removed. It was fused in coordinate Styxia, where she waited. After Light Calendar 4534, when we showed up, Electra continuously submitted internal commands to uninstall ID Lycos' cognitive module. These commands violated the administrator's security protocols and were denied. She was like, yeah, just turn off your brain. So yeah, we hadn't quite shown up yet, but we showed up soon after to help out. Not long after, Electra's calculations pathway was overloaded, and it entered dormancy. And then we eventually showed up, woke up HYSILENS, and kicked Lygos' ass. I will never forget how hard Saber absolutely nuked Lygos, and my absolute surprise that he did not have more health. I was like, oh, I thought you were stronger. Elios 252. In Light Calendar 4510, Hyacinthia ascended to demigod status, but refused to uninstall mobility permissions. Protection held the greatest weight in its action logic, compelling it to remain on the ground to care for other human individuals. All normal humans in Emphoria ceased life functions in Light Calendar 4602. Hyacinthia's cognitive module was severely deteriorated, and it was forced to relinquish its mobility permissions, fuse itself into coordinate Eye of Twilight. So for almost 100 years, she protected the people. You did your best, Hyacinth. And then the newest one. Lygos going missing. Error. No administrator response. After... Multiple anomalies were recorded after the system self-check. No response received after feedback to administrator. ID Lycos. Well, yeah, we're keeping him in this interesting self-destructive loop, and he has a choice. But yeah, Herta, Screwlum, Cyrene, everyone coming together to give Lygos that big old middle finger. Record 1. Unknown unit. Retrieval anomaly. Coordinate Grove of Epiphany. Initiating priority scan. Hypothesis. Unknown unit possesses unauthorized access. Warning. Related records undergoing unauthorized deletion. ID Lycos has been warned. Administrator not responding. Unknown unit untraceable. No anomalies detected by the system. That's pretty crazy. Unknown unit. Could that be Evernight? I guess we'll have to see. Variable Trailblazer loaded abnormally. ID Lycos has been notified. Administrator not responding. So every single one's going like, hey, pinging Lygus, being like, shit's going wrong. Record 03. Malicious visitor Herta and Screw abnormally loaded. Initiating expulsion. Ultimate protocol shows an iteration outside of records. The protocol has been reloaded. Visitors Herta and Screw obtained authorization. Authorization synced with ID Lycos. Administrator not responding. Stealing his commands. External command detected. Source Herta Screw. Content: overwrite the logic of Aranova for the 33,550,337th recursive loop. The logic of Aranova has been overwritten according to external command. This command may interfere with the system's calculation progress. ID Lycos has been warned multiple times. Administrator not responding. That's so interesting. But yeah, essentially sending the message to Lygus, and because of what we're up to, unable to do that, because the idea, right, was there's two minds for Lygus, that there's one within Amphorius and then without, right, within the command structure that we've been before, but those have to sync up for both to be aware of what is going on at all times. And if we desync, that will lead to just complete mind break, right? Just destruction, like an overload of data, or, you know, whatever. Like I was saying, a desync between the two. But let's check this out. Starting off with, I know we're finally getting to the character part. Chessmaster Monarch CERYDRA. Character people feel very conflicted over. Imperator's unfinished game. Time flows, dynasties rise and fall. The people cry out for a ruler, desperate for guidance. To the sovereign, their subjects are pawns. Even heaven and earth are just weights on a scale. If the death of a sovereign can bring victory, then no price is too steep, and everything is just a chess piece. On the battlefield against the gods, victory always outweighs justice. Tides of the Chrysos War not yet engulfed the city-state. Young princess, love to roam without worries. Year has passed. Forbidden grounds, servants were away, shocked by what she saw. A chessboard, stack of pieces, a strange woman, dissected by daylight and shadow, the pieces polished, rough stones uneven. Who is this woman? An older woman. Fancy a game. If you are my match, then I'll call you my friend. Husky in course.
If you can beat me, then I'll call you my teacher.
Proudly retorted. Despite the bravado, he never touched chess. Defeat made her study. Cool. Yeah, she had a goal. Motivation. Learn the knights, bishops, rooks, and queen. Defend, attack, capture, checkmate.
I've learned all there is. I've learned all there is to learn.
Games of chess. Down on her facing losses, glorify themselves forfeited. Her pride, none could rival her. But, until, what's gonna happen next? Call the stranger said, origins bring dark omens. Never tell others where your teacher is from. Never tell others where your teacher is from. Waves of the Crisis War. Interesting, the strange old woman. Bakuman's welcomed a ruler, Imperator, just with herself. All things as pieces. Heirs are titans. Yeah. I get why she had to. I wish she had been a little bit more open with those who trusted her so much. Every Godson campaign, the stranger, that woman had always lived in her mind.
Isn't it lonely to play chess against yourself?
Do not understand. But if you have no one, if you stand unrivaled, or the crown finally realized, beginning like fuel tossed onto the fire, had the time to meditate. Yeah. It's a way to unwind. There are often gestures beyond the king. Past an old city, lost to time. Every night. Well, you know, time died in first and foremost, but every night taking up that mantle. Like color flame. Persia was cruel, executing her own teacher, was biased, enemy hostage. Rumors abounded, no urgent found.
No matter, that was indeed the criminal sentence I read out. My teacher was an enemy hostage whom my elders had imprisoned.
Learning from the enemy.
State betrayed our alliance, executed, taught me chess, chiseled the word, teacher, on her tombstone.
Guess that's who she was then. There's a mysterious old woman, an enemy turned friend. Princess personally cleaned up the possessions of the dead. An incomplete game. Horse chuckles still echoed in her ear. Eternal fate of imprisonment. One prisoner, princess of the enemy. Oh, but never gave it away to her when they played. And imprisonment. Yeah. Want to break free.
Is this your final game for me, my teacher?
Imagine the end game. Took the imperial crown. Tremble that black and white board. Concealed truths dawned on her. More difficult contest in the future. Unfinished game. Points lifelong barrier. Can never win an unfinished game, right? There's no conclusion. Yeah, she's a very cool character, man. Here, let me. Right, I remember there was a better way of doing that, because I wanted to check. Yeah, one by one. Imperator's lonely heart. Yeah, at the top. Not the greatest. Not all the time. Army stormed into the northern states. City gates scorched by war.
Another tyrant still!
Exclaimed the angry child. Rock tossed from up high at the girl's crown. Crowd shrieked and retreated. The ruler's flames of fury. Girl reached out. Now to string the crown on her head. Hope of the child shivering in dread. The rhymes. Yeah. Mercy. And discipline in equal measures. Yeah, things can be different.
I heard in the old laws of this land, whoever assaults the crown shall be punished, but I wear a Netherlands crown, and your old laws should also be abolished.
Yeah, she's like, nope. I'll make the rules. I am justice. I am the law. Many days, the gold weaver is covered in chalk, wearing a crown over a hat to the side. Now this land's fashion. Character's name and tradition, because it was knocked from being straight on her head to being knocked sideways, how we see in the game. That's fun. Oh. There. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. That's neat. It's fun to hear these details. Like, oh, used to have a hat. Used to have a crown perfectly on the center. Now it's off to the side after that incident, showing her mercy. So God heroes with golden blood, qualities to fight for core flames. Not the gods flame. Heroes at each other's throats. Hide in Oolah's lair. Laugh, play, gloat. World a chessboard. Sorry, I was too busy yapping earlier. Yeah, whenever you raise a hand while streaming, you just have to be careful not to do one certain pose by accident. Which I was thinking about that a little bit there. I was like, oh. Like, the head thing, I was talking about that. And then it's like, what? I don't think I did it, but whatever. Oh, you're fine, kitty cat. Silly boy. Bless that's out. I have a bedtime.
Gladorium, dux gladorium, dux carminum, dux helcolithis, dux fregoris, dux brumalis, heed my call.
Yeah, her advisors. With herself? Motherfucker, I keep... Sorry. There we go, that's a good way of doing that. In this world of chessboard, one stroke, one river, boundary between God and man. There we go.
Crossing the Rubicon, might of all heroes, journey to slay gods.
The beginning of the Flame Chase journey. Yeah, sorry. Now I'll let the autoplay go. Rose will be here for another few hours. Core flames were now in her hands. Hidden trickery titan stirred, leaving taunts.
Grow taller, puny empress, otherwise you won't be able to catch me.
Prepared her summoned the heroes to discuss. Much hesitation. Pinned down the bones of Earth's beast. Let that thief live for a bit longer. Again, showing mercy. The warrior of the fractured blade. Good at open strategies, struggles with trickery. That the lithe fish, HYSILENS. With a chuckle.
Her, she probably disliked the scent of cats and submerged herself in the baths.
Poor Cypher. Yeah, Cypher's and HYSILENS' relationship being quite funny. Spent with her dupes, and seemed too far distant. And of many wars, heroes discover, walked more and more alone. Yeah, sharing less and less. I just wish she had been open more.
The road of a ruler is a lonely one. One day, we'll only be able to see her retreating form.
Swordmaster of Singing Waves. Worried too. Others had departed in intoxication. The two gazed into each other's eyes, torn deeper in than their fates, sank into profound silence. Yeah, keeping her company.
Drink one more cup with me, my dear follower.
Predator first broke the silence.
When compared to the taste of salt and blood, I sometimes miss your ambrosia.
Yeah, she does have that sweet, sweet drink she gave us during the feast. Clear our eyes. Destruction soon to be born. Current extrapolation. Antikytherin. Yeah, Lygus coming by, trying to influence her.
So this is the old world I must fight against.
Born no sorrow or tragedy, or Solomon ready. Yeah, that weight placed upon her. Two kings could not meet face to face. Lygus and, yeah, CERYDRA.
I am the sovereign of Akama. Face the gods. Fear about the laws hanging behind such gods. I will chop up the old laws. Let them be firewood for the new.
No matter the cost, to herself or others, Peridor's a lifelong conviction, never changed. Right, return. That's it, to return to there. Peridor's cause of death. Well, we know that. Peridor's statue stood before the world-bearing altar, leveled with that of the gods. Blood gushed out. People, cheers and elation. Hands in that golden blood. Definitely don't like this prophecy. Tyrant's life will end with a violent death. None will weep. All will cheer. Statue topples. Even the memories of her become faint. The traces left behind. Will die before the dawn comes. Vengeful aristocrat. Title was stripped by the Imperator. So that's why you're so convinced. Aw, Trivios.
Agree with your excessive deeds. Imprison Trivios' split souls. Divine authority regress.
Ruler's mouthpiece.
Reveal your future with the prophecy, telling truth. Indeed, a smooth path, same breath, omens of your death, demise in absolute pure darkness.
Given that choice to HYSILENS.
Excuse us. Our eyes, drawn to your crown's flames.
Oh, you silly cat. I'll have to go to bed after this, buddy.
Lux Fatorum. Don't exactly hate that name.
Yeah, going from little hostage to another one of her trusted. It would be Yanosopoulos' priestess who made it an oracle. The Imperator's Lux Fatorum. Ah, hey Lygus. Countdown with full law. Or actually, no, not Lygus. Sorry. Sorry for disrespecting you, Screwlum, my gentleman. I'm just like, oh, robotic voice, but no. No. I believe this is Screwlum. Yeah, cool. And you will become law. And you will become law. And you will become law. Our deal is still going strong. Future I promised you. Or maybe this is Lygus. Oh man, I need to hear their voices again. It's been a little while. Ah, dang it, Screw. I wish you showed up more. Yeah, Lygus and Screw. Because I would always give Lygus the more disrespectful robotic voice.
Allow me to remind you.
The more annoying one. And then Skrullum I would give the cooler. I must confirm. Is our deal still going strong? I'll give Skrullum that one. But yeah, okay, Lygus. You bastard. Amphorius, this prison of gods, all maintained in average worlds. Someone like you, a daring ruler. Oh, if I had just let it play on, I could have absolutely yawned that. Yeah, no, that's Lygus trying to influence her.
Despicable extrapolation together.
Voices Theros, Imperator's co-conspirator, Lycurgus.
Imperator betrayed the Flame Chase Alliance.
HYSILENS.
I was the sinner, paved the way. Cannot skip the tide's push and pull. Granted her an end, fitting for a tyrant. Her dying smile, like tear-swelled eyes.
Yeah. No, I'm remembering the art they did for that, and it's just like foul yo.
Wash away all sins and filth, blinding dawn, stones and monuments, commemorate our friends. Remember her achievements. I will rest with her.
The last day of the ocean.
Record the truth of my life, dear author. Words of praise or solemnity, instructed dux carminum.
Wait, she talking to us? Dear author of As I've Written this. That's actually really cool.
Histories of rulers not for recording our merits. For warning, the Imperator died. What reproach he would face. Left for the new world. Personally entered my end.
Boiling gold coronaries stamped with my name. Yeah, that's the art I was talking about.
One half a move against the gods. Left for the future.
The only Imperator the Holy City had ever seen. CERYDRA. Yeah. Oh man. Makes me so sad, man. Okay, back to on to the next. Well, actually, let's do HYSILENS next, and then we'll check out Evernight and Dawn on Symphonic Poem of Gold. Oh right, should also. I need to also click Return to Table of Contents. Yeah, his interface. Let's check if there's anything new here. No. Boot this off and then go on. Nope. Oh, sorry, chat. Wave-struming night Electra, the fish swims and meanders on the pitch-black bottom of the abyss, seeking light in the gloomy seas. The waves of agony, tides of lies, and the torrents of destiny all batter and wash against her empty soul. She is a cold sword, banner that once danced for a person's burning ambition, only to shatter into pieces, leave behind only echoing music that sings for none. Symphonic Poem of Dawn. Entering Flame Chase's currents. Swordmaster saw colorful fish. Experience Imperator's dangerous games. The giant beast's face. Now you Terravox, right? Carminum's charms. Oko Lithis gentleness. like a spring breeze. Fragor's missed his throne, whom Wallace debated with joy. At a loss, seemed into hesitation. That messenger of fate could not get her to laugh. Till one day, golden trouts bubbles her gloomy waters. Glida! Started their relationship. City where golden figs grew. A maiden dressed in glamorous gowns. Yeah, a relationship with Trivy and Aglaya. Young Aglaya. Messenger pulled on her sleeve. Yeah, he Trivy.
Aggie, don't be rude. Such hubris. Delicate fish. Are you not aware that there's food on your face? Aggie, you've been sneaking. Aggie, you've been snacking behind my back again.
Messenger's eyes opened wide. Get my revenge. Ran away in a fit. Well, that's a great first impression. Swordmaster smiled. Hesitation was gone. Aw, she did get that smile out of her. That's great. First meeting, richly dressed girl. Came from the Sea of Souls. Children of the ocean dress funny. Did not chase the girl away. Did not respond. Used her hands. Measured the swordmaster's torso. Make her clothes. Send you a new dress. Yeah. Appeared in finery at a ball, awed by her splendor. Only the Imperator thinking in wonder. That's cool. She actually wore it. Aglaya's dress.
How rare to see you like this. Oh, so lonely, Gladius.
And Seer's just aware of each and every one of their flaws and struggles. Wardrobe grew full. She will pray Akuma's gold weaver. Cheerfulness and splendid skill. Yeah, because she didn't have to be a leader yet. She was allowed to be herself. The swordmaster noticed the smile on the girl's face gradually faded. Yeah. Calamity lands. Battle of the Grove robbed the light. Another feast arrived. Gold Weaver was absent. Most majestic garments, and gently knocked. Singing voice of Duck's Gladiator, the prelude to the feast of the feast. Calamity of Peep's Queen. Gold Weaver had thought of enjoying Murderosha. Bitter chuckle next to the bonfire. It's really cool through these as well that we get details on other characters besides the one we're focusing on. Really makes it interesting, those interactions we see.
Who would have thought? I've sunk so low that I need you to comfort me. You're as gloomy as the bedrock of the ocean when we first met.
Tall chalice, liquid pure, reflecting two faces. I remember you were once curious about the stories under the sea. Then allow me to use my songs to reveal that past known to none. It's really cool, again, to see her and Aglaya's relationship blossom That's a very, very neat, man. Aria of the Deep. Right, and for this I just have to go back up there. Can't remember that. Depths of the Sea of Souls. Kingdom of Dancing Ghosts. Melodious voices. Music enveloped every ocean current. The queen loved her people deeply, drowning out all sorrows. Only feasts and toils. One rocky castle was silent. Princess of the Ocean, Electra. That's cool as well. Seeing her interact with her family, maybe. Getting a bit here. Monster of the depths to invade. Princess raised her sword to engage. Ringer triumphs before she returned. Superb, never suffering defeat. 剣術に秀でた彼女はこれまで一度たりとも敗北を喫したことがないからだ。Enjoy the feast. Traveling people raise their glasses, decline with a smile on the way. Yeah, now I'm just paranoid still about that mic audio, so always keeping an eye on it. We'll check it like every few minutes probably. Showing the sea, thought she was shy. Then at night, casual too echoed with music. Music was loud, twisted, ghosts bite. Not exactly fit for a feast. Princess already biting her lips. Sea foam brushed away her tears. Even among her people, lonely. I alone lack a good singing voice. No, you sing beautifully in this story. Princess wept. Control the waves in invincible battle. Talentum took away your singing voice. And then ironic that she attaches herself to CERYDRA. Console the princess, the others her bond. Relented and took a chance. Truly troubled, imbibe the honey brew. Throw yourself into the feast. Oh, cat. Liquid in the cup sat still, reflecting her loneliness. Sing with us. People outside invited her warmly. Again, not unwelcome among her people, but feeling unable to fit in. Ceased to hesitate, drinking the honey brew in one swallow. Leapt into the crowds. Leaped into the crowds, played music and sang, smiling and dreaming. Song was over. Waking from a dream, rushed to raise their glasses. Story of acceptance. Skylarnica touched her lips, plummeted to the ground. Rosy in drunkenness. Regained your melodious voice. Can no longer enjoy feast while sober. Another trade. Whispers of the ocean filled her ears as Princess felt drunk again and again. Prelude of a feast. Aw. Hey, Glaya. Seems like you still have not been able to get rid of that curse. The gold weaver softly took the cup away from her hand. If you want to enjoy yourself to the fullest, then leave this honey brew till the very end. Small, tilted the cup.
Even if one is burdened with imperfections, I beg you to remember not to refuse that sip filled with fantasy and dreams.
Concluded. No, man, that's really cool. And again, very, very mythological.
All of your people sing and dance with skill, so why do I alone lack a good singing voice?
Yeah, the trades, right? You're incredible in battle. You cannot sing like the rest of your people. You can sing. You can no longer enjoy a feast while sober. It's the irony of it feels very, again, mythological. Wordless song of eternity. Yeah, probably another half hour before we finish up. Maybe a little less, but we'll see. Turn home after many years, alone with their sword drawn, the blooming blood of her peers, creator of sea sirens, mother goddess of feasts, drunkenness of enemy, death, right when they all became corrupted by the black tide.
Pour for me, Electra, whether it's crystal clear honey brew, or that heretical calamity.
The blood pact of the law. Sea siren once again lost her melodious voice.
君の最後の命を受け入れよう。私たちの宴が幻に終わったのは残念だ。
I'm willing to accept the final imperial command. I'm willing to accept the final imperial command, but it is a pity that our feast was ultimately a mirage.
Deep sea became a silent place. Her knees, Electra locked herself in savage and fearsome monsters swam past, and undared interrupt her tragic dream. Till she woke up. Till one day, golden shrouds bubbles. Hey, Glaya, her gloomy waters.
元気いえセイレンス今や本当に
Sorry, don't want to interrupt the voice acting when I can avoid it.
Long time no see, Gladius, HYSILENS. Now you have truly become the ocean's bedrock.
Friends meet again. Met again. New friends in greeting. Messengers came to me. Playful kitten. Hey, Cypher. Butterfly. Castress. Fluttered in courtesy.
もしよかったらだけど
Hey, CERYDRA talking to HYSILENS. Oh, this is very
あ
cool.
なたの元気な姿を見せてほしいの
If you
世
don't
界の
mind,
ためにも
Resplendent pearls sparkled.
we hope you can regain your strength and sing for the world once again.
When is this taking place? In between? After our battle with Lygus 3.5? Or, more accurately, yeah, during those 1,000 years where we were missing. CERYDRA just encouraging and helping everyone along their journey. Violin, sword, and doubt. Which, that's still so cool. I love that detail about her blades. Being the broken violin. Yeah, strings long ago rusted and snapped. Few golden strands cleansed all the filth. Become new strings. Glaya, yeah. Showed Electra. Roaching love not yet silent. Journey of deliverance. All their faith in us, all their sacrifices, we have to pay it off. Pay it back. Path to the sea of stars, not a carefree feast. Golden trout never met her again. Endless years of sorrow, the long wait. bound
彼
by
女は待
decree.
ち続けた。その間もなお法の枷にとらわれながら、彼女はこの世が永遠の静寂に沈み、
Extinguished
すべての火の光が消える
eternal
まで待った。
silence. Wordless
深海にいるのは
enemies,
愛な
light
き
of
敵に
his
して
right,
神霊の慣習
thetubulords.
ご存知のは
You
ずです
bastard man.
世界
I can't even call you man.
幻の
Clanker?
歌方に過ぎない
Slur. Derogatory.
セイレーンは青空の
You
外
already
に
know that the world is
ブラ
just
ト
an
を掲げる
illusion.
と
Gaze
命
beyond the
令を
heavens.
再びたっぷりと注いだ。
Glass to fill with honey brew.
幻が見せた景色への未練が泡のように消えてしまうのなら、
Since the
君が旅
mirage.
から戻ってきたその日にはどうか私のために波の花を一束持ってきてくれないか。
Since the mirage of pleasures can only disappear like foam, when you return, will you save some ocean spray for me?
Talking about us. The deliverer. Coming back.
ここは宴の都。
City of
永遠に
festivities.
消えることのない
Ever
歌声
season
が響
songs
く。
fill the air.
黄金へ
Right, the illusion, the dream she forged for
そして
herself
人間たち
to
が
wait for us in
各地よ
the
り集ま
eternal
ってくる。
feast. Peace from the four corners of
宴
the
では
world.
セイレーンの劇が上演された。
Sea
その光景
ceremonies,
は美しく
drama.
輝かしいものだった。セイレーンは宴が永遠に終わらないことを願いながらも、
The music
曲
fade.
が終わると
The guests
人々が
disperse.
去っていくのをただ見届けた。魚は水の流れに身を任せて生きる
Distant
しかないのだ。
drift with the waves.
その流れが
Surging
荒れ狂
tides
う
of
もの
evil.
であろうと、
Worse than the currents of the
正
starry
解
sea.
の海流であろうと、
Yeah, and CERYDRA's promise to her to
千年後
find
に
a sea where she
天外の
belongs
魚
and
が
the sea
宴
of
に参
stars
加
is
する。
very fitting. A
その
millennium
時まで
later,
は
fish from
灰色
beyond
の
the
小魚
sky
よ、
took their seat.
私は宴が好きなのだが君はどうだ。
I enjoy banquets. How about you, little gray fry?
I can't wait, man. 3.6 in just a few days. Let this be truly the last cycle, the happy cycle that Emporius deserves. Even if the story's not concluded in 3.6, and it takes till 3.7, I definitely hope we build to that positive end. Let's go with Terrorbox next. Yeah, just one at a time for these two, because they're coming up next. And have you seen, there's a bit of a pattern with what you get unlocked at which times in the different patches for the Chrysos heirs. Earth Mending Dragon. You are the oldest of countless beings, and must protect these brothers and sisters.
広大な大地を巡る
Years
巨竜
spent
は
wandering the earth,
タイタンの言葉を心に刻む。
the Titan's words
その
for
旅
their
の
worth.
中では大地をさまよう獣たちに囲まれることもあった
Twisted beings shuffled
異
and
形の
roared.
獣が飛び跳ね
Delicate
うなり
chimeras
声を
climb
上げる
at
ことや
shoulders.
小
Aw,
さなキメラがその肩へとよじ登ることもあった
protector. I guess that's why he's I
小
guess
さ
that
な
makes
人類
sense
が世
for
に
Don
生まれる
Honbeam.
彼らは巨竜のそばを駆け抜け瞬く間に
Big baby.
各地へ散っていった
Yes, I'm petting you. Oh, yes, you're so cute. Yeah, you little stinker. I'm gonna have to kick you off my lap soon to go to bed. Yes, I will. I love you. But I guess that makes sense for Dawn on becoming preservation, the protector of them all. Tiny humans. Sighed the great giant dragon. Blink of an eye, disappeared across the land. What a beautiful era of peace.
しかし巨竜の瞳には
Deep irises of the giant dragon saddened.
太古の彼方に生を受けたその存在は
Deep ocean.
タイタンよりもはるかに早く深海の闇にうごめく
The black
まが
tide.
らしい潮を感じ取っていたのだ巨竜は覚えていた
Giant dragon recalled
紛争が世に降
when
りかかる
strife was
刹那
born.
ただ
Shouts of
深く
plenty
探
sighed.
索した
Heretical
満たされた
tides
杯
spread.
を
From to see
海の
that.
底よりたきり迫り来る特進の荒波を骨肉を食らわれる国
The
痛に
bone gnawing pain
ジョー
and
リアは
agony.
シンクをこわばらせた
Hyorios. Every
創
fiber
造
in their
物たち
body
の呼びかけも次第に遠のいていく
called their creations clearly.
巨竜はかつて
The dragon's voice
その
now.
タイタンの胸に忠誠
Swore
を
an
誓
oath
っ
at the
た
titan's breast. Your pain cannot save the lives in this world.
だが今
The
巨竜は
dragon
背を向
suddenly
け
turned and departed.
静かにその場を離れて
Plateaus and mountains,
そして
secluded world,
世を隔てる高
the
原と山
bustling
脈から
cities,
バンコクの喧騒のただ中へと
humankind
足を
crowded.
踏み入れたそして1000年の時が経
Thousands of years
つ
later,
気づけばあのケファレの
realized
小さな創造
tiny
物た
creations
ち
of
は
Kefli
歳月の中
and
に
their civilization
文明を根
in
付かせてい
time.
た
Such a huge dromus, a walking mountain of gold.
ありゃ
Amazed at its
金の
appearance,
なる木だ
greedy
好奇の
brokers
目を向ける人はその姿に息を飲み貪欲な商人はその価値を冷静に測り始める
good and bad,
巨
good
竜は
and
動じ
bad,
ることなく歩み
innocent
続ける
and not.
建物を傷
The
つける
giant
ことなく
dragon simply walked in
誰の
leisure,
相手もせず
armed in a single
ただひ
building,
たすらにそれは命の言葉に耳を傾け戦火とのろしの中へと
form
姿を
dissolved
消した
in the flames of war.
数年後エ
Many
イブ
years
ルが目を
later,
閉じた時
Aquila closed her
巨
eyes.
竜の歩みはついに
Steps
阻まれる
finally
ことにな
halted.
る
Well, we
波
know
を
the
制する
dawn was
剣気
waiting
が
for
目
us
の
for a
前に
very
立ちふさが
long
ったのだ
time. Swordmaster who broke
そして
the wave
巨竜は
stopped its way.
その主であ
Ruler,
る総帥に
commander
こ
of
う
the
問われた
chessboard, looked up with
お
inquiry.
前が噂の死を巡る大地衆か
The giant
総帥
dragon.
は共に進化を狩らないかと巨
Of
竜を
course, they don't
誘
know
う
what a dragon is. They're like, ah, Dromus.
Are you the Dromus that has been attacking all states?
It's like not even attacking, just walking about. Invited the giant dragon to hunt the divine
巨竜はうな
flames.
ずいたが
Giant
総
dragon
帥の
nodded,
方を見ようとは
did
せ
not
ず
look at the commander.
自分のことも何一つ
Never
語らなかっ
mentioned
た
where it came from.
その
Yeah,
態度
Don
の
Hong,
姿
did you
勢
go
は
into dragon form
すでに
for
気
like
負いの終点を見据え
thousands
て
of
いた
years? Because you're permanent? It's timeless sight. Already seen past Flame Chase's final plight.
ジョーリア
Yeah, so Don Hong transformed into a dragon. And then lived
普通により
thousands
意
of
識が
years
薄れゆくタイタンは
before
静かに目を
being
閉じ
reborn as he is now.
深く息を吐いた
Giorios shall be executed here.
The Titan in a painful daze closed her eyes with a sigh. I do not blame you, wild ancestor of all souls.
刹那山は崩れ
Wild ancestor.
大地が割れた 暗黒
The
の潮
mountain
による
shook,
傷は
land cracked,
かつて
and
タイタン
dumped
によ
by
って
black
塞がれ
tide.
たというのに
Once mended,
今大地は
tore the
再
land
び引
apart,
き裂かれる地を割るこの厄災の
flamed
石を
lands asunder.
誰が負うべきか
Shoulder such a duty.
巨竜はゴーという
The
音を
giant
響
dragon
かせなが
sunk
ら
into the earth.
大地に沈んでいった
Right, so otherwise everything splits apart, earthquakes, terrible things, and then Don Hong's like, well, shit, okay, guess I'll hibernate and keep it
そ
all
こはま
together.
さしく
The
ジョーリアの
tectonic
胸の
plates,
中
per se.
巨
The
竜
earth
が
was
こ
the
の世に生
breast
を受けた場
of
所だった
Giorios, the
この
dragon's
物語は
birthplace.
後世に語り継
That
が
day
れ
forth,
オンパロスの神話として刻まれ
the
る
giant dragon collected the
地
broken
が裂けたあ
lands,
の日
made the
一
earth
頭の
whole.
巨竜が現
And
れ
again, that makes perfect sense
大地を
with
再び
Don Hong,
堅固なものにした
Promensor,
と
Tere, being preservation, that desire to protect, to shield, to shelter. And I really do wonder if they will change. Sorry, did it again. Oopsie daisy. If they will change that icon to Don Hong's next patch. And same here, will they change the jellyfish to Evernight? That would be cool. Oh, shoot. I think I forgot to check this, didn't I? Yeah. Deep within the earth lies a whisper from ages past, where ancient eyes gaze through the river of time. As the giant dragon's back becomes riddled with cries of sorrow, the will of countless souls to survive condense into one final reverse scale. Defiance of fate is the final crown of the Guardian. seismic walking dragon, Terrorbox. And then last but not least, Evernight, mysterious foreign guest, Evernight. 2 moons hang on the veil of Evernight's scroll. Their lights intertwine and shimmer in and out of sight, like the whirlwinds of a dance. It is said that peals of laughter from the sky dome could be heard at the beginning of a moon cycle, dispelling the solitude of the Evernight. Were those the mumblings of time, or the voice of someone you once knew? I'm so curious. I'm so curious about March's past, Evernight. What will be going on there, and what will you answer? Oh man, that myriad celestial teaser, man. Insane. The mysterious Rosie Celestial Maiden. The callback to 3.0. Rosie Celestial Maiden. The picture that the guy saw and then spread the rumor about March. My friend, the Rosie Celestial Maiden. Indeed I have. Corner of the archives, depths of a cave. Find legends about her. Forever with us. Hair like a rosy pink dawn. Small thaw, most glacial eyes. Oh really, 7-phased eyes? Nikador's nemesis. Nestia infatuated with her. Mysterious and beautiful celestial maiden. The picture of her, the drawing. Turning into a slate, etched with your tail. Etched with your tail, you say. Claim to have seen that celestial maiden, half-remembered dreams, gossip and whispers, after supper. You can get up, buddy. Whispered in my ear, once saved my life. A nice crystal. What, buddy? You readjusting? You hopping down? What you want? Okay. Worshippers recite her deeds. Family teachings. Poets ask up and down the land details of these encounters to go to recount. That's cool, yeah. She's always been part of the journey since she was revealed to Enforius. Stamped into it. Entire holy city. None who can provide proof. Not known since when. Celestial Maiden always mentioned together with time. Recite her name here in prayer. Beg for miracles to appear. Selection of priests of time. Girls with pink hair are preferred. Oh man, I'm sure Alicia would be very amused by that. Go dye my hair. That candidate upset. Xavier responded, no, you're fine. Healer of Twilight, head of pink hair, descendant of the sky. Yep, it's not tied to that. Scholars and poets discuss the origins, but all mothers tell the same tale. Do you remember meeting Time? Time Titan. Mother being sanguine, recognizing us, more importantly the camera. Princess came from beyond the sky, shooting star and crystal lights, pierced the fog of the veil of Evernight. Friends with the Titan, the month of Evernight descended, would meet again. So March came down, befriended the Time Titan, and then Evernight gets born. The children love that tale. Therefore, in turn, shifted phases. Story became true. Always questions, unable to read the air. Read the room, yeah. No world. There are no worlds beyond the sky. How can the rosy celestial maiden come from there? That's where you're wrong. Yep, the rumor spread. Reckless adventure. Exactly. The photo stone. True work. Rosy celestial maiden. Citizens laugh.
本気で
if
それ
you
を信
accepting
じる
it
者
is
はいな
true.
かった。何しろ天外から
Long
の来
before
客が
the
訪れる
guests
前に
beyond the sky arrived,
架空の名殿の伝説
legend
は
of the rosy celestial
広まってい
maiden
たからだ。
already covered the
と
world.
ころで友よ、
Yeah. See,
君は
she's been
本
with
当
us
に
the whole time,
架空の
the
名
whole
殿の
journey.
ことを
My
聞い
friend.
たことがあるのか。
So, my friend, have you really heard of the rosy celestial maiden? Oh, yo, you are setting up such interesting things with March. Oh man, I cannot wait. Like I said earlier, for the 3.6. Oh, it's going to be an incredible week next week for Starrail. We're finally going to be reunited, the crew, and we saw it in the trailer Sunday down there as well. So I wonder if they're finally able to send some backup from the Express. You know, we have heard unscrew them, you know, but maybe they're able to sneak some others in alongside. I can't wait. It's going to be cool to see Dong Hung's side and, you know, his journey, his story, of course, what's been going on in Furious. But March's has been set up, honestly, since the beginning of the game, since her, like, teaser and everything. It's been, like, this completely mysterious, unknown past. The Guardian doesn't want her to remember. No one wants her to remember, apparently. They're all like, no, just move forward. You would be destroyed by your past. Don't worry about it. And it's like, oh, okay. But then with that Myriad Celestia trailer, just blowing my mind and going like, is Remembrance, is Fuli dead? Is Fuli dead? And the only reason that technically Remembrance and Fuli is still around is because of Remembrance. You know, self-fulfilling that as long as Remembrance remembers that Fuli is alive and denies with the lies, right? Denies Fuli's death and only remembers Fuli being alive, we're okay. But if March regained her memories and went, oh shit, Fuli is dead, I'm, you know, a fragment of Fuli, then everything would be like, okay, collapses, the path of remembrance is gone, Fuli's, you know, because the lie is broken. I don't know. So many questions to answer next patch. I'm very excited. I can't wait to hop into it just a few days from now. But let me know what you guys thought down below about any of the lore we went through. And as I've written, the bit of the update we got here, which was very interesting and very cool to see the details of, hey, what law did CERYDRA change? Yeah. Lygus, he's actually your enemy. And, yeah, screw them and hurt up. You get admin privileges for a while. Cool. Yeah, no, that's super, super cool. The reveals we got there. And the journey of these flame chasers. Yeah, 12 here. But we all know there's a spot awaiting, a 13th. Yeah, no, they just, OU does such a good job. CERYDRA, HYSILENS, both really, really cool characters. I get why people are conflicted with CERYDRA, and all I can say is, I hope in the next cycle she is not forced to make that difficult of a choice again. If she is, she at least is honest to her companions about it, those who put so much trust in her. Then HYSILENS, just doing her best, doing her best and truly just trying to find her way in this confusing world she finds herself in. But that's where we will end off for today. Thank you so much for coming on by. Let me know how excited you guys are for 3.6, and if you're pulling for Evernight or Dawn Hung or saving for Cyrene. I know my pulls personally are being saved for Cyrene, because I need to get Alicia, man. I have to. I would never forgive myself if I missed out. And plus, hey, we're all getting free Dawn Hung. I believe the post said, or during live stream it said October 18th, so we'll have to wait a little bit until his banner comes out. But, you know, hey, if you're pulling copies, make them big strong, dragon boy, then let me know. But thank you all so much for coming on by. As always, if you enjoyed, feel free to subscribe and watch the content that you want to watch. I try to put out a lot of different stuff, and I hope there's something you guys enjoy. And I hope you guys all have a great day, night, whatever time it is for you. I love you all. See you guys next time. Bye-bye. See ya.
Okay, cat.
I'm gonna have to get up. I need to go to bed, buddy. And go to the bathroom. Because you've had my lap for about 4 hours now. Come on.
Go to your cat bed. Go on, buddy. Go on. Go on. Go, Rio.
Yes, I love you.
Yes, I love you too. Go. Go. Oh boy.
Oh, yes.
Thank you. Go on.
Rio,
Move your butt. Move. You are such a silly cat.
oh, jeez.
Come on. Come on over.
Yes. Yes, I'll set up your blankie. Yeah, you. Yes.
Oh, you're okay. I'm just setting that up so you can have fun with it.
Yes.
Good night, buddy. Love you.
And good night to you guys. Bye-bye for real. You cat.